Port fans, welcome back to another review on my channel today. Oh, sorry. There's the camera. I'm missing it, just like Port Adelaide were missing all their goals last night. Anyway, let's get into this review against Richmond for round 15. Well, that was good, wasn't it, Port fans? That was brilliant. Lovely. Fantastic. A game that we should have won last night. A poor effort. That's all I can say. It was disappointing. In front of 39,000 people, it was a hyped up game. A game that inevitably we should have won. It was set. The stage was set. Saturday night footy. In front of a good crowd. I mean, not the best crowd by all means. I mean, 39,000 is a little bit low, but there's obviously certain circumstances that fans have, and we can't control that, so that's fine. Still, 39,000, a good crowd. Stage is set. We're going to beat Richmond, beat a top 8 side, claim our top 4 chances, and put to bed all the haters and doubters out there. Instead, 8 goals, 15. Can we kick straight? For the love of God. It's not that hard. There is 4 sticks, right? The 2 middle ones is the one you've got to kick through to get the goal. Some players are missing from 30, 35 metres out. Slight angle. There was no wind last night. Kick the goal. Kick through the ball. Mind you, I watched the warm-up and the players are kicking for goal beforehand, and none of them kicked through the ball. It's just these little stab things. And then they were acing every single snap. I mean, there's a couple behinds that we kicked last night, that's sure. You'd almost expect them to be behinds when they were kicking for it. But I think 5 or 6 of those shots on goal should have been goals. I've been saying it since round 1, or round 2, when we didn't kick straight. Right? Round 2 is what I've been saying. Every video, you can check every single review I've done. I've said it. Oh, we should kick straight. We have to try and kick straight. Should kick straight. Blah, blah, blah. And so forth. I knew it. It finally cost us the game, and it happened last night. Richmond took their chances. I mean, they were missing shots early, and I was thinking, okay, it's going to be one of those arm wrestles. Both missing chances, and then someone will break away. And that's exactly what happened. They broke away. They ended up kicking 11 goals 10 after being 5 goals 9 or something like that. 5 goals 9 they were, and they ended up winning 11-10 to 8 goals 15. Kick straight, will ya? God. Mind you, the second half wasn't great. We looked disinterested. The crowd was disinterested. It was quiet as in the second half. We came out flat. I mean, the first 15 minutes of the third quarter, it was just an arm wrestle back and forth. Richmond kicked a couple of early goals. Then we kicked one, 16 points up. I'm thinking, floodgates are going to open here. And we're on our way. They opened for the wrong team. Richmond kicked a goal, then kicked another, then kicked another, then kicked another. 4 goals. They ended up kicking 6 in a row before Sam Powell in the last quarter kicked 2 goals in a row, which brought the margin back to 13 points. What is wrong with that kicking? I don't know. It gives me a headache. Thank God for Wingard and Sam Powell though. 39 disposals. I mean, he didn't get on the scoreboard, which is unlike Wingard, but 39 disposals, 17 contested possessions. He was everywhere last night, Chad Wingard. Best on ground for Port Adelaide by a country mile. Sam Powell was good too. 25 odd possessions, 2 goals. 2 goals that were late that kind of brought us back in the game. But other than that, you know, there was no real standouts. Ollie Wines played his normal game. Tommy Jonas down back was brilliant. DBJ was okay at some stages. There was a lot of passengers. Paddy Ryder, though, was brilliant as well in the ruck. 40-odd hit-outs. Amazing. But there's not a lot to say about last night's game. Just our disposable efficiency. Just the kicking. Kick straight. Disposal efficiency was 68% last night. Going inside... Oh, no, sorry. Yes, it was 68%. Yeah, I got that right. And going inside 50s. We had 68 inside 50s. only 40% efficiency. 40% efficiency. 38% of that efficiency was bloody behind. And can we get another key forward, please? Trengove is not a key forward. Trengove was playing on rants in the first half and did a fantastic job. Kicked 2 goals, 1 goal on him. 1 goal and Dixon kicked the other goal on him. Just ragged on him, got out of the way. It was brilliant to watch. But Trengove is not a forward. I mean, he was leading for the ball with Rance behind him, taking Rance away, doing his job, right? Taking Rance away from the play. And what do? We kick to Trengove. And Alex Rance just does his thing. Spoils the ball, gets it down. Players run off. He sets up the play, and they run down and kick a goal. It's frustrating to watch. And Trengove's not a forward. I mean, Eddie. Bring Eddie in. Frampton, Palmer. Dougal Howard. There you go. Bring someone in that can play that another key forward to help Dixon out so Dixon can run up the field, do his thing, set up the play, because we missed that last night too. We were stagnant coming out of the back line on occasions. Richmond, full pedal. Full pedal. They just ran ragged. We were fatigued. Players like White, Need, Impey just weren't in the game. They weren't given a release because of Richmond's defensive efforts. They were good last night, Richmond. So were we. We should put that game to bed by half-time. 5 goals 11, 5 goals 12. Easily should have been 8 or 9 goals. But we shot ourselves in the foot, and now we're costing it because we're 5th, a game outside the 4. And with GWS and Geelong drawing, that's going to really affect anything of getting higher than a top 4 chance. And it's put our position in the top 8 a little bit under the pump. But the way we played last night certainly shows that we don't deserve to be top 4. But we're good enough, I think, to be top 8 at this stage. But see how we go against West Coast next week. But last night, honestly, how can you not kick a goal? Robbie Gray, 1 goal 3. Sam Gray missed an easy shot. I think we kicked most of our goals from on the run. And there was only 8 of them. And 2 or 3 of them were set shots and the rest were on the run. So, anyway, I need a Panadol. Honestly. I need a Panadol. Kick straight, please. Right. Last night. Things I learnt from last night. Port Adelaide need to kick straight. That's the name of this video. It's not even a review. It's just Port Adelaide need to kick straight. It's not that hard. Especially in front of goal. Do they even practice it? I don't think they practice kicking for goal. Port Adelaide have only kicked less than 10 behinds in a game once this year. Once. I guess it was round 1. 17 goals, 8 we kicked against Sydney. The rest have been 10, 11, 13s, 15s, 20. There was a 20 behind game at one stage. Hopefully this is the game that we've shot ourselves in the foot. And now we can move on and kick straight. If we kick straight, win games. It's simple. You can only have 20 shots on goal for a game. If you kick 15 of them, you win. Most of the time. But I don't know. The other thing I learned is Trengove is not a forward, and I stated that before. He needs to play his chip in ruck role. They were putting Westhoff in the ruck at one stage. Really? Westhoff has been a key forward for his whole life. Finally moved to be... Westhoff doesn't have a position. It's just a roamer. They don't even put him on the bloody team sheet. They just put him not even in position. They just put him outside the ground and just put a circle around it because that's Westhoff's position is everywhere. But the main point of that is put Westhoff down forward. If he kicks 2 goals a game, we're fine. Trengove hasn't kicked much this year. Had a couple of games where he's kicked 3, but they were against Carlton and Brisbane. It makes sense to put Westhoff back. Dixon roam about. Then Westhoff can come off and bring in Eddie and have Eddie stay down 1-on-1. He can do it. He's good enough. The other thing I learned too is Port fans like to bash players a lot, and I understand that. But when you're bashing the same players every week, even though they're playing well, that's a little bit harsh. Players like Sam Gray, Westhoff, can only do so much. Sam Gray's been brilliant this year. This is his best year. And he's another guy that we can look to. Well, we don't have to look to because he always does his job. 20 possessions and a goal. That's all I can ask for Sam Gray, and he's brilliant. Just brilliant. Westhoff, he's not supposed to be a forward anymore. He's a roamer. He takes marks. He cuts off the play. And he's doing exactly that. Sure, his disposal isn't the best. He's had a few games where he can kick goals, but he's stuffed them up. But how many times have you seen him take an intercept mark, cut off the opposition's team play, and then we've set up again? Sure, we haven't made the most of it. But don't bash players because of your frustration with the whole game. Last night was a team poor performance with only a few standouts and too many passengers. That's it. It's just ridiculous. So, they're the things I learnt, and hopefully a little bit different next week, but got to improve. If we're going to be any chance. We can keep saying these cliches, but it's true. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to move on. I'm getting a headache. Time for the votes of round 15 versus Richmond. One vote can go to Ollie Wines, 28 possessions, 17 of those contested. He was prolific early, faded out a bit later on, but his pressure around the ball and stuff early was really setting us up, getting a few clearances. So he gets my one vote. He was brilliant early, and there was no one really a standout for me in the midfield to get another vote. So Ollie Wines gets 1, 2 votes. Paddy Ryder, brilliant in the ruck, set us up brilliantly. His hands are magnificent. All Australian in contention for sure. 40 odd hit outs too against Nan Curvis. So he did nothing wrong last night. Set up the play. I'd like to see him play forward a bit more. You know, it doesn't have to be for a whole quarter. It can just be 5-10 minutes at stages, because he can kick a couple of goals, and you have that spread of goal kickers. And then you don't need to bring a key forward because you've got the Trengo in the ruck and Paddy Ryder resting. And it just makes sense. But sometimes it's so one-minded, it doesn't happen. So, but he was brilliant last night, Paddy Ryder. Excellent again, 119 fantasy points. So, woohoo! That helps out me. So, happy days. 3 votes, Chad Wingard. That's it. 39 possessions. Should have kicked a goal. Was absolutely fantastic. 39 possessions, 17 of those contested. 1,000 plus metres gained for Chad Wingard is sensational. He's a midfielder now. It's sad a little bit, but he's a midfielder now. And hopefully he stays in there. Kicks a couple of goals too, but yeah. Chad Wingard, 3 votes. Brilliant last night. On a disappointing game. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I don't even want to remember this game. I'm just going to move on to next week against West Coast away. It's going to be very tough. And hopefully the right decisions are made in selection. And maybe we have a chance of beating West Coast over there, because they're back in form beating the Western Bulldogs. So, you never know. You just never know. So hopefully we can get the job done. Anyway, I'm done. That's it. My name's Anthony. Enjoy your week of being at work with those Crotards, because they got the win against Carlton, but I'm not going to remember that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Join me on the Portraits Podcast on Wednesday night at 8 PM SA time. We'll probably dissect this game a little bit more. Look forward to West Coast next week, so join us then. My name's Anthony, and come on the pair.